Hey everybody, it's Chris for AllEars TV, and today it's another AllEars ride. We are going to head over to Magic Kingdom and we are going to dive under the sea and take the journey of the Little Mermaid. Let's go! Let's start off by saying this ride has been a long time coming. First, it was rumored to open in Disneyland Paris, then Tokyo Disney Sea, then Hong Kong Disney, before finally opening in the Disney California Adventure in 2011, and it quickly came to Magic Kingdom in 2012. Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid became the first phase of New Fantasyland. The rides in Disney California Adventure and Magic Kingdom are nearly identical, although the California version has a slightly shorter title, The Little Mermaid: Ariel's Undersea Adventure. Potato, potato, you know. The film The Little Mermaid was a real turning point for Disney, who had gone through a really serious lull in success with any kind of musical entertainment in film. The writing team of Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, who stormed onto the musical theater scene with Little Shop of Horrors, were brought in to try and reinvigorate the whole Disney musical film genre. The film exceeded everyone's expectations and became a huge success. Michael Eisner, who was the CEO of Disney at the time, credited Ashman and Menken for the success of the film, stating, "They have taught Disney how to sing again." This ride sits where the former 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea attraction used to be. That ride closed in 1994. I'll admit, I was a little sentimental. That was a fun little ride. But the cool thing is you'll find nods to that location's history around the ride. You'll spot a Nautilus submarine in the rock formation outside of the attraction. And if you go right across the way to the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, there's a tree house there, and inside that tree house, they also have a carving of the Nautilus submarine. This attraction has a really unique blend of live and artificial plants. There's about 20,000 in all, inside and out, and sometimes it's really hard to tell what's real and what's fake. Wait times are usually not too bad for this attraction, although during busy times they can get up to 40+ minutes, but generally it stays under 30 minutes, so it is not a high priority fast pass. Now this ride has one of the most unique hidden Mickeys ever in any Disney park, and it's located right in the queue of this attraction. It's the once a year hidden Mickey. The Imagineers actually figured out, based on the position of the queue and the time of year and where the sun would be, and they created a very specific cutout in the rocks that lets the sun shine through in the shape of the classic 3-circle Mickey. And it only appears for a short time once a year at noon on November 18th, which is, wait for it, Mickey's birthday. If you want to learn more about this, check out our Hidden Mickey Guy Magic Kingdom video right here. So, assuming you're not there at noon on the 18th, there's really not a lot to see in that part of the queue, but as you wind through the rest of the queue, you'll notice all kinds of sunken treasure, and there's a little game you can play here while you're waiting, which is helping the crabs sort Scuttle's collection of human stuff. The crab appears in little interactive portholes and windows, and you can help them out by pointing at the objects. Toward the end of the queue, you'll encounter Scuttle himself. As you get up to the loading zone, you can't help but notice the beautiful mural that takes up the entire loading zone wall. Imagineers created this mural in digital form, which made it much easier to translate into this huge hand-painted artwork into the attraction. The clamshell ride vehicles are pretty similar to the Doom buggies on Haunted Mansion. The track is continually moving, although it can slow or even stop to help guests with mobility concerns get on and off the attraction. If you're traveling with an ECV, we recommend switching to a wheelchair as the queue is a bit tight. But if you're confident in your driving skills, you can probably manage it just fine. There is a wheelchair accessible clamshell if you're unable or would prefer not to transfer. Just ask a cast member, they are always willing to help. Now this ride is about 7 minutes long once you board your clamshell, double the length of Peter Pan's flight.
you human thingies have meant you not a fish? Legs! That's what this story's all about. Hey, where you been? I've been waiting for you. Oh, this is such...
Now right here, the clamshells are going to rotate backward and go down a little incline, but the bubble projections are a nice distraction for any nervous kids. This is one of the first attractions that featured animatronics with skin rather than fur, or even mostly covered by clothes. So the Imagineers had to create an actual skin suitable for animatronic movement. And let's just say they had to come up with a lot of skin. There's 183 total characters in this attraction. The largest number of characters are in the Under the Sea section of the ride, and there's about 128 of them in that one scene alone. During an early screening of the film, a child spilled his popcorn during Part of Your World. Executive producer Jeffrey Katzenberg kind of flipped out a little bit and actually wanted to cut the song from the film because he felt that the ballad would bore the kids and kill the pace. I'm not sure how he lost that battle, but I'm glad he did. Ariel has 6 older sisters, all of which have names that start with the letter A. Sister Alana was a lyrical nod to Alan Menken, who composed the score. One of the other sisters, Andrina, was named after one of the director's aerobics instructor. The song Under the Sea won the Academy Award for Best Original Song and also won the Grammy for Best Original Song for a Movie. Sebastian was originally a stuffy British butler crab named Clarence. It wasn't until the music was written that they changed Clarence into a Rastafarian named Sebastian because, you got a calypso, right? The journey of the Little Mermaid is a great place to go cool off on a hot day, even if you're not a big fan of the film. The animatronics are okay, they're not particularly great, so don't think you're going to be wowed. It is a perfect ride for moms or dads to kick back for a minute with their toddlers who will love all of the colorful scenery and playful characters. So it's around here you probably want to warn your kids that there's a scary part coming up. Ursula's eels get you ready for this one, but if you've got kids or you're, riding with our all-ears girl on the go, Molly, who are afraid of Ursula, then be prepared. Things are going to get a bit dark before you meet the Sea Witch. This section is quite short though, and it's the only scary part of the attraction. Like many other Disney rides, this is an Omnimover ride, which is the same technology used in Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, The Haunted Mansion, Peter Pan's Flight, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, and Spaceship Earth. Always keep in mind that if your vehicle slows or stops for a moment on any of these kinds of rides, like it did right here, it's likely they're just helping a wheelchair guest board. We always like to use that time to look around for more details and even hidden Mickeys that are in the ride. The original film was made during the time when they still animated by hand. Disney didn't have the manpower and hired an outside animation studio whose job it was to simply draw over 1 million bubbles by hand. The Ursula animatronic is 7.5 feet tall and 12 feet wide. She's also set higher than the main floor, so she appears much more imposing. B. Arthur was originally offered the role of Ursula, but turned it down. They then cast Broadway legend Elaine Stritch, but rumor has it that she had problems working with Howard Ashman. Veteran actress Pat Carroll was eventually awarded the role. I think Pat was pretty happy about that decision. Right here is where Ariel is making the transformation from mermaid tail to legs. Just so you know, the toys in the gift shop, they don't do the same kind of magic thing. You're pretty much stuck with the tail. The bubbles again mean we're headed back to the surface. A little Easter egg for the film next time you're watching it, hiding in the crowd when King Triton makes his royal entrance, you'll see Kermit the Frog, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy all kind of hiding in the crowd. Originally, Ariel was to be blonde. However, Ron Howard released Splash, a film about a blonde mermaid. So at that point, the Disney animators decided they needed to do something a little different. They decided on Ariel's now iconic red hair. From this point forward, the ride wraps the story up very quickly. Of all the Disney princesses, Ariel is unique in that she's the only princess to become a mother. In the direct-to-video sequel, Little Mermaid 2: Return to the Sea, she and Prince Eric have a daughter named Melody, who dreams about, I wonder what she dreams about. What else? Swimming in the ocean, and is briefly transformed into a mermaid. In true Disney fashion, what is a finale scene really without the lovely couple standing on a balcony, waving? And with the last few words from Scuttle, we get ready to leave the clamshell and get onto a moving walkway. I know the little princesses love this ride. Not too short, not too long, not too scary, and a lot of fun. As you exit, you'll notice all the manta rays on the moving walkway tell you which way to go. Keep in mind, you can meet Ariel just next door in Ariel's grotto, so you could stop by before or after you ride. There's another really cool hidden Mickey at the exit. It's the Steamboat Willie in the rocks. This one's kind of tough to see, but if you stand at the right spot, a bunch of rocks actually align and you could see Steamboat Willie driving the boat. What was your experience like? And what's your favorite Omnimover ride? Let us know down in the comments. Be sure to stay tuned to AllEars TV and AllEars.net for more Disney news, fun, and stuff. And follow us on Instagram at AllEars.net. Want more ride videos? Check them out right here. And please give us a like and a subscribe to AllEars.net. And clang that little notification bell so you immediately get notified when we post a new video. This is Chris for AllEars TV. See you next time.